Hey everyone, so this is our submission for the EdgeDB hackathon. We started this a month ago and the name is KusKus. Currently it's more like a social network for your favorite foods and drinks. In the future it will also be kind of like a Google Maps where you can also share lists of your favorite places. You can attach photos of your food to the places, but for now it's like Instagram. So you can see the photos here, for example, on the landing page. These are photos I took. This is, for example, a photo can have a description, an AI-generated description, and a category. So, for example, if we look at my profile, here's a profile. Here's some photos I took again, and yeah, different people have different profiles, similar to Twitter. So let's try and add a photograph, or let's try and add a post actually. So this is a coffee I drank not too long ago. So what happens now is that we try to upload an image. It scans the image, tries to get image, like basically an image description of it. This will actually guess the category, but the surface that we're using for it is currently down for the demo. It will be up when you're going to be testing the app, but it will correctly guess, for example, the category. For now, I can manually kind of enter it. And then I can just say great coffee on the way to the conference. And then I can press submit. And then after it's done loading, it should be added to my profile. Let's see. Yes. So yeah, so we have all the photos here. Yeah, and then of course you can also we see all the descriptions here, and we can delete the photo as well. All right. The other thing I wanted to show you is, since this is not like Instagram, so this is a food, specifically a social network for foods and drinks. I have an image of my dog here, and I'm going to try and upload it. So again, it's doing the same thing. It takes the image, tries to kind of get a description of it, and then hopefully, yes, it says, well, this is not a food or a drink. This is using Vercel AI SDK, and it's basically kind of using Zod, gives a true or false kind of thing, and we basically, well, I cannot upload it. Well, unfortunate, but this is an app for foods and drinks. So this is basically kind of like it on a food, like on the posting functionality. The other part I'm quite excited about is we have this kind of AI chat functionality. And currently has this option where I'm currently in Warsaw for the mobile conference, Expo conference. And you can, for example, search for coffee places in Warsaw. So I currently added some places in Warsaw that are coffee places, and this is coming from the database. So for example, I can go click on the Starbucks, and hopefully it will load, and see, for example, this is going to be a place for the Starbucks. You're going to be able to like it, and you're going to see how many people like this kind of place, and then you can kind of open the Google Maps and maybe do something there. But for now, yeah, this is kind of like a future direction. Well, we only had 1 month, but yeah, basically this is something good. And again, so the cool thing is here is that it's actually taking places from my database. So here I have not many actual places, but I have like some bars, I have a sushi place, I have a coffee place, and we can actually test. Like we can actually say sushi places in Warsaw, and let's try it. Yes, and then there's one sushi place in Warsaw here. I guess like whoever is going to be testing the app for them, I will try and add some places in San Francisco or New York. I haven't been there. I don't know where people are going to be testing the app from, but hopefully something will come up. I will try to add some places. But yeah, so this is the app, and then I kind of want to mention the like why I'm like super excited about both this app and kind of the future of this app. And that's actually the technology. So first of all, we use like Next.js for everything, and it's kind of I attached Next.js at some like 2 years ago, and this is my like kind of I was using Solid.js for a bit, and then like this is the first time I tried Next.js again, and like I'm very excited about it. Like I will show you kind of why. Like for example, if we take a look at the homepage, so if we look at this homepage when it lands, so I'm currently authenticated. So this is a React server component. We get the session, we get the client to do our database queries, we get whether we are authenticated or not, and then we do basically 2 database queries. So one is to get the public data, and one if we are authenticated to get the authenticated data. And if you look at the public data, so this is a kind of EdgeDB query to get, we wanted to show popular dishes, but this is not currently shown. We wanted to show it kind of like underneath here somewhere. But yes, currently this is a public query. It returns some posts, which you can see here. And the cool thing is then basically home route is a client component. It's use client, and we're passing a bunch of pros. We're passing that we authenticated, we're passing the public data, which is always passed, and maybe we're passing authenticated data. We wrap everything in observable using legend state, and then we put literally everything into this local use observable. So all the state going forward from here is just mutating this one use of observable, and then all the components are pure. So they're just taking in the data and then mutating it. They're actually taking the mutation functions into components. And yeah, all the routes are done this way. So all the client components that we have, for example, the chat route, the home route, mobile route, they're done basically in the same way. Yeah, so like profile route is basically done in the same way, and that's quite nice. And the other thing I'm super excited about is actions. This is kind of again my first foray into typed actions, but there's this amazing library ZSA. So if I search it, let's see, ZSA, Next.js, actions. I would really recommend. Actually, it's kind of for some reason it's tough to find it. But let's see, maybe I can find it like this. I'm gonna put everything in kind of in the description of the video as well. But basically, this is like an amazing library, and like the actions are typed. I just want to show you like one of the, for example, for this model here, when we upload an image, when it's loading, if I look at add post model, you will see that, for example, in the input, we have this kind of well, basically this is the action. So we get we're calling an action. We're getting a value and we're getting an error. If we're getting an error, we're going to show a toast, and then we're going to return early. And otherwise, we're going to like continue forward, like setting some state and stuff like this. And yeah, the action is defined in a very. Let's go here. The action is defined in a very nice way. It just takes in kind of an input, which an object takes in, like in this case, a string of base 64, and it does some computations. The other cool thing is that each of the actions, like this library has essentially a thing called context, and all actions can either be a public action or off action. And the cool thing with context is that I don't have to, for example, if I do like something with a client, like for example, I get the client from the context basically. So I get stuff from the input, I get the client from the context. We use Ronin for all the asset storing, so we don't store images in the database. We kind of store them in. We store them in Ronin, which looks a bit something like this. So we have basically two schemas in Ronin. Let's see if it loads. So there's a user and a post, and a user has well, a profile photo URL currently, and a post has a photo description. And basically, yeah, in a schema, we kind of just store the URL. So like if I look at the type post, we see that there's an image URL, which has also a Ronin ID, and that's basically it has like Ronin. I would also recommend checking out. It has a very nice API. And so finally, kind of about our project. So this is a collaboration of 5 developers. Me, there's Oля, like a front-end developer. She did all the kind of the front end, also all the front end, and Damien helped with a lot of the logic for the image loading, and Nikita helped with Python microservice. It's currently down, but again, it will be up after I upload the video, basically. So yeah, so I hope you enjoy the product, and I'm kind of excited to see this service grow. This is my kind of first attempt at building kind of like a social network, and EdgeDB seems like a very perfect fit. I've been greatly enjoying it. Yeah, thank you.